What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scotty P, and we're here to do episode 7 of the Scotty P Breakdown. I'm here to bring you the best performances from the best athletes, and today we'll be covering Keith Krikorian. He's a 66 kilogram winner of the ADCC West Coast Trials, and he showcased some beautiful jiu-jitsu, and I'm excited to show it to you. Let's get into it. All right, so his first matchup, he's going against another 10th planet blue belt, and one of the things that I really noticed is just like the excess movements that the person he's going against, like these little micro movements you'll see where he's just kind of like moving his arms a little too much. You'll notice that when you're first progressing through the sport, you have like a lot of ticks that you're just like, look at that little hand movement. That's just like something that you kind of work through. As you get better and better, you have less tells, if that makes any sense. But he gets a rear naked choke in 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and break that down. He comes up, look, he goes for that single leg, and the dude actually goes for a Kani Basami, which is pretty dope. All right, so he back steps, scissor leg takedowns, and goes for his leg. But this is the perfect. Keith Krikorian shows the perfect defense. He hugs the waist, and watch how he keeps his legs locked, and then look, he's going to transfer to a crossface. See that claw grip right there? He locks his legs up, holds on to the waist, transfers to the neck, straightens his legs out, and then goes straight to the back. So great defense. You know, a lot of people were really scared of that scissor leg takedown, that Kani Basami, but once you have the knowledge of the move and you've been there plenty of times, it's just like any other move, really easy to escape. So they get a reset here. And resets are so annoying. You know, I wish there was a way we could not do resets, because you see it so many times in these matches that when someone gets a reset, the whole position just gets lost. So that's always frustrating. But at the ADCC, the actual tournament, they're gonna have way bigger mats. So now look, he's attacking the throat while he gets look at that footwork, how he just uses it to pick his hips up, pull his first leg in, and then transfers to the body lock on the top side. And then look how he's choking him with his hand inside, force him to pull it out. That's the worst. When someone's choking you and your hand's stuck inside the grip, brutal. Easy tap, rear naked choke. Money. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so match 2 was a pass to mount, and I just want to show you like how technical it is. You know, so that's something that I really try to show a lot of my guys is, you know, just this pressure, right? This whole match is like pretty much with Keith Krikorian being the aggressor, but he's just nonstop heavy pressure, looking for head and arm, staying heavy, head down, hips high, with just pressure passing. And it eventually pays off for him and breaks this guy. But I just want to show it to you. So he's getting a lot of like the knee cut pass position, head quarters. And the dude's really flexible and strong, so he's able to keep him in front of him. Right? But Keith Krikorian keeps going back to this head and arm. Like, look, ear to ear, head down, hips up. Head down, ass up, whatever you want to call it. And he's constantly shin pummeling. And the shin pummel doesn't really work for him, but he keeps staying heavy. And look, slides right over to mount. And look, he cross faces, flattens him back out, right? Because he wants to get to his side. Keith Krikorian goes for the head and flattens him back out. And look how his toes are tucked underneath his butt here. Super important. He's got like wide knees, so he's got a wide base. And every time the dude lifts his hips up, he tucks his feet underneath. That helps because the person needs the mat to really generate good movement and energy, right? So tuck toes, wide knees, base, and just pressure to secure. And the match ends and he wins on points, but it's just, man, super high level fundamentals being applied on, you know, a good guy. So take note, tuck the toes. You should be like head to head on those head and arms, and you want to do like what they call tripod. You want to be like a tripod, head down, butt up in the air, driving pressure downward into the mat. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we're in match 3, and I just want to kind of show you guys like how mindset plays like such a role. This dude, like nothing really crazy happens here, but there's a huge like mindset or tactical error his opponent makes. Um, like it's 0-0. I mean, I'd say probably Keith Krikorian's kind of having a little bit more of an advantage on as far as like the tie-ups go, but there's no clear winner here. And this dude just makes a critical mistake by bringing his feet together, and Keith just naturally just off balances him, and he stays on the ground, which is something you can't do, right? And jiu-jitsu kind of promotes that, but in this tournament, you can't fall down and not get back to your feet. You have to make it a priority to always get to your feet. So look, he's trying to pass here, and he's going to go for a step by, and look, just gets his foot caught on his shoulder and falls right over. Now, if that happens, you got to stand back up. You got to frame, you got to shove him on the head, and you got to get back up. But he kind of just falls over and accepts the position, and then Keith Krikorian gets 2 points. So it's like, again, one of those things, you have to have a mindset. And you can't just be regular jiu-jitsu training, because in jiu-jitsu, you fall to the ground, you pull guard ass, so what? I'll get something from my guard. But in ADCC, you do not just want to fall to your back, especially in the last 3 minutes of the match. So something that you can learn, you should be training that in your academy when you're preparing for tournaments like these. Anytime there's a disengagement, you get back to your feet. Always take the high position. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so match 4, this is where things get really exciting. All right, Robert Deagle is known as like one of the top leg lockers in his weight class, and they get into a leg lock shootout, and it's just beautiful jiu-jitsu, the exact reason why people love leg locks. Keith goes to pass, and look, he pushes on that knee and drops back straight into 411. Like, that's just money. When you're passing hard and you're good at it, the person has to exaggerate a knee push, and you can literally just drop right back into that 411. And right here, another beautiful thing happens is Deagle's doing the right thing by trying to look away and peel him off, but Keith switched to an ankle lock grip to keep him trapped. And as Deagle's going for these counters, Keith just keeps like getting that inversion right there and going for that heel hook. Man, that is straight up money. Like, this is why people fall in love with leg locks. Because if you've been in that position, both people's heart are racing. Like, in 50-50, it's one of the few positions, if not like one of the only positions, that both opponents have an equal chance at submitting each other. So it's high stakes, essentially. And just beautiful performance by Keith. Let's run it back one more time. I want to show it to you guys. I mean, this leg lock transition is just beautiful. So look, he's going to step in, and when he goes to pass, watch how Deagle puts too much pressure and trying to push him off, and Keith uses that to just drop back for the leg. Here we go. Coming forward. He's coming forward. Goes for the pass, drops right back on the leg lock, throws his foot over. He drops back for the 411 by throwing his foot over, and now he's in the 411 position. Now look, Robert Deagle looks away, and he's looking to peel, but Keith switches to a ankle lock grip, which prevents him from pulling away. So instead, he faces him again and is looking to counter, but Keith's already went back to inverting and getting a good bite on that heel. And look how he's on top of the other leg. Like, it's just extremely hard to escape. He does this multiple times throughout the tournament, and it's literally just mind-blowing. I mean, he just took out Robert Deagle was a 16th seed, and he just took him out with what you would think is Deagle's best move. So it's like, yeah, impressive. All right, now we're on to match 5, and let me tell you. So I think this dude's name is Mauricio Gomez, and he came off a win from slamming someone in a buggy choke and sent the dude to the hospital. So this Gomez dude is about it, like straight up, aggressive, calm and collected, like cool as ice from his MMA experience, and literally pretty much flatlined somebody earlier that day. So great match, and Keith pretty much does the same move. He keeps locking him up in this DOA, and the way he inverts on top of the leg to put pressure down on top of the knee going into the mat is just money. So look. DOA, and how he keeps just scooting his hip away to keep the angle right. He inverts. Look how he inverts. Leans back, gets the bite. Money finish, right? And I really feel like that bite is coming from that inversion to where his hips are in the air. It just makes the angle of the pressure just a lot higher, because instead of just pushing laterally, you're pretty much pushing straight down into the mat. So you're getting a really good bite and a lot of pressure on that knee. Fire. All right, now we're in match 6, and he's going against Damian Anderson, a B-team standout. They're going like leg lock for leg lock here. Multiple exchanges, and I'm telling you, I'd have tapped 3 times over some of the ones that they ate. But I want to show you just what wins the match here. It's a beautiful back take from a leg entry on Keith, from Keith. And it just goes to show that, like, you can be a specialist in leg locks, but training everything else makes you that much better. He goes for that leg entry and uses it to come right up, wrestle up, to take the back. Now look, he's going to have a lock on the leg and a lock on the arm to give crossbody control. Look how he goes for that claw grip, uses it to get up, has this lock across the head, climbs. And one of the beautiful things here is he goes to the inside hook first, then gets his outside hook in. And that's how you secure a back take. And, great job on Damian Anderson for escaping, but he ends up not getting enough time to score back on his own. And, Keith just puts on a clinic on him, man, flawless performance. And, notice how he has a wide base, got his toes tucked on that mount, cheek to cheek, head down, keeping the pressure. Textbook stuff here, you guys. But yeah, attacks the leg, wrestles up, takes the back, gets the points. Let's move on to the next one. All right. We are in the finals, and he just straight up kills it. I mean, he goes for a single leg and uses it to attack the ankle, which is, beautiful against the number 2 seed. Let's go. So collar ties, uses it to grab the single. He's got one hip grip, one leg grip, and he tries to sit him down multiple times with like a back trip, but Josh Cisneros has some really good balance here. So they're in the single. He tries multiple times, and he realizes, you know what? I'm just going to go for this ankle and drop back for it. And he's just holding on to the ankle, biding his time, and look how he just like rotates into a backside 50-50. Backside 50-50, and just gets a monstrous bite. Gets a finish. I mean, this is just like, that's the kind of win you want, That's the win that you want in the finals. Easy, goes for the leg. And, the tape on Cisneros' ankles didn't help him. And it looks like he just kind of rotated the wrong way. I mean, you can't just let Keith kind of just roll underneath you whichever way he wants, because he put him right in the backside 50-50, which is a really hard position to escape. And he just rolls through and just gets a really good bite. So, man, everyone in the arena felt that moment. It was just super awesome to see him win it. Man, I remember watching him as a purple belt, and I think it was in PGF where they showed his record, and it was like 100 and something wins with only 1 loss as a purple belt. So truly mind-blowing stuff. And I guess just some like key takeaways here is like those heel hook entries and switching between attacking and like switching the attacks up so that the person has to switch their escapes up can keep you ahead of the game when you're applying pressure. And he used a lot of his leg locks to set up the rest of his game. So at one point he used his really good passing to set up a leg lock, used his leg lock to set up his passing. I mean, that's what you want. That's like a true master and specialist, is when you're really good at something and it doesn't trap you into a certain part of your game, but you get good at other things to complement it. So that's something that you can think about. You know, if you have a certain game and you feel like you want to have it grow, you can develop other parts of your game that maybe you don't even know how it's going to fit in just yet. But as you do, they'll all start to tie together to where they all benefit from each other. So, you know, you want legit passing. You want legit back takes. You want heavy pressure. You want to be able to skate from all the positions. And when you do, you're going to be able to get a leg lock from almost anywhere. And Keith showed us that multiple times throughout this tournament. But yeah, you know, congratulations to him. I'm excited to see him at the actual ADCC tournament. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. Until next time.